Hi, it's Debbie, Dealer 4519. They say people can't talk about things they don't know about, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to talk about loyalty. In my entire life, no one, from birth till now, has ever been loyal to me. And to be honest with you, the only people I've ever truly been loyal to are dead. And that wasn't always complete loyalty. But some people are really lucky, and I will take every single secret they ever told me to my grave. Because I don't ever want to break their trust. But that's love, not loyalty. So, I never knew loyalty because I was not quite what anyone wanted, but I was what they had. I wasn't good enough. I was always second or third down the line. But I was an only child. And now people are probably thinking, well, how did you become second or third? Well, that story starts back in the 1960s, I guess. There's so many different stories on really what happened and the truth that I'm just going to begin somewhere, and hope that it all catches up at some point. I was raised by a woman who was probably my birth mother because she had red hair and because I look like her. But then again, I look like my cousins and every other member of my mother's family, so I'll never know. But anyway, when I was very young, my earliest childhood memories are of being taken care of by a woman that I called my Aunt Marilyn. Now, my Aunt Marilyn loved me. My Aunt Marilyn, she would have walked on hot coals for me, although she did drink and drive. And when I was about 4, she put the car in a ditch on a snowy road, and we could have died, but we didn't. And a tow truck driver came, and he pulled me out the window. But if she were sober, which she never was, she would have died for me. And then there was my mom. My mom worked all the time. She worked for the railroad, so she had a tough job. It was really a man's job. She came home sometimes covered in soot or coal. She was just black from head to toe. And that's when I was younger. But I remember her coming in and being filthy dirty and running straight for the shower. That's just part of what I remember. Before that memory, there was memories of Christmases and living in a pink house in a town called Highland, Indiana. I have found that pink house as an adult. That's kind of strange, I know. But before I moved down south, I went and I found that pink house to look at it a few times. I wanted to see if it brought back any crystal clear memories, but other than killing the cat and her kittens, which isn't a good memory, but I was like 2 or 3, and they were in a box, and I was playing with them, but I wanted to come back and play with them later, but I didn't want the mama cat to know that, she could move them anytime, because she kept moving them all over the place. So I put the box, I closed it, and I pushed it up under the table. And a few days later, I found my mom outside, and she was digging holes. And I asked her what she was doing, and she said, "Do you remember putting the kittens and the female cat, whatever her name would have been, in a box and closing it and putting it under a table. And I said, yeah, I remembered that. Because that was because I forgot to go back and play with them, but I remembered that. And she said, well, they're dead now, so don't do that anymore. And that is my earliest memory of A, doing anything wrong, and B, death. Anyway, so I have a few memories from that pink house, but I have nothing before that. And that isn't where I was born, so I'm not sure what happened or where they went. This is really almost a tale of two lives. The life I've put on as though I had, and the real life that I had. One day, you'll be able to put those two together. But for right now, I'm going to start giving you bits and pieces of the life that I really had. And you can figure out why I never told anyone this story until now. And even as importantly, or more importantly, why I have no idea what true loyalty will ever mean. And I doubt if I ever will. Have a good night.